is Trivia for Kids, where it's not just for adults anymore. Hi, and welcome to Trivia for Kids. I'm Ren.
And I'm Casey. Thanks for joining us for another week. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you.
Hey, let's talk about some fun stuff that we did this weekend. What's one fun thing that we did?
Demolition Derby.
We went to a demolition derby. Now, that's probably not something that all of you have heard of. I don't know if that's like a nationwide thing that we do in America. I put it on Instagram when we were there and just did a poll of if anybody had ever been to one before. And most people had, but some people had never even heard of it. Basically, what a demolition derby is similar types of cars go into a ring and they crash into each other, and the last car still running is the winner.
Yeah.
That's it. So there are like different classes of cars. So the first event was like compact cars. So they were all kind of little. And then there was older cars. And then there was a class of minivans. And so, yeah, these people fix up an old car to make it run. And then they try to make it stronger and more crash resistant. And they enter this contest called the Demolition Derby, and we go watch them crash into each other. And the last one running wins.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Do you like going to them? What do you enjoy about watching cars crash?
Being able to not be in the car watching.
Right. It's so interesting to watch what a car does in a crash, but then knowing that, they're safe. They've made the cars so that they're safe, and they're all wearing seatbelts, and the fire department is there. And it is just the most interesting event ever.
Yeah.
So we usually hit up one of them a summer, and that was our one demolition derby this summer. Yeah. And now summer is coming to a close. And so what else did we do this weekend? It was really, really, really hot. So on Saturday, we had a family water fight. That was really fun. We filled up a baby pool with water balloons, and we had the sprinkler out, and we had water guns, and we pretty much just soaked each other.
Yeah.
It was so hot out. It was enjoyable because, it was either if you were going to be outside, you needed to be in water, or you needed to be in the air conditioning, right?
Yeah.
What was your favorite weapon of choice?
Oh, I like the squirty gun.
The water gun, yes.
Sometimes I'd grab the hose and turn it on and spray it.
Yeah, you got in trouble a couple of times, though, because you shot people right in the face. Yeah, so you spent a little bit of time on the deck thinking about your decisions. You just like to win, don't you? You just like to make sure everybody's soaked, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I will miss those summer activities when we're sitting in a snowstorm in our living room. You too?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ren, are you ready for our jokes this week?
Yep.
Okay. The first joke comes from listener Anthony. Thanks, Anthony. What kind of tea do soccer players drink?
I don't know. Goatee?
Oh, goatee? Penalty! Goatee. They could probably have a goatee too. But no, penalty. Great joke. Joke number 2 comes from listeners Charlie and Alex. Thank you. How do rabbits travel? On a hairplane. Because rabbits are also called hares. Hairplanes. And joke number 3 comes from Jessica. Thank you, Jessica. Why did the kid cross the playground?
I don't know.
To get to the other slide.
I have a joke.
Go ahead.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side.
To get to the crazy person's house. Knock, knock.
Who's there? Oh, I'm the crazy person. That's not a good joke, Ren. Actually, I really liked it. Okay, are you ready for some trivia?
Yep.
Let's get going.
Let's get started. Here's how the show works. Trivia for Kids consists of 5 rounds with 7 questions each. We will announce the answers at the end of each round. Each new round will have a different category. After the 5th round, we will have the final exam, which will test you on the toughest questions we have covered in the previous rounds. Everyone ready? Let's get started.
Round number 1. The category is ocean animals. Thank you to listeners Wesley and Logan for the idea. Thank you. Question 1. Which squid gets its name not because it has a taste for blood, but from the dark skin on its arms that make it look like it's wearing a Dracula cape? Question 2. True or false? Octopuses, or octopi, have tentacles. Question 3. Where is the blowhole of a whale located? Question 4. The spherical, hard shells of what ocean creatures are covered in spines? Question 5. What is the type of octopus that is named after a Disney character due to its 2 big fins that are reminiscent of floppy ears, which flap as they swim around? Question 6. True or false? Flounder in The Little Mermaid is actually a flounder fish. Question 7. Because they lie flat on the ocean floor, what unique trait do adult flatfish have to help them see better? And now the round 1 answers. Question 1. Which squid gets its name not because it has a taste for blood, but from the dark skin on its arms that makes it look like it's wearing a Dracula cape?
No, bat squid.
A vampire squid. Have you heard of one of those before? You have? Oh, I hadn't heard of one. You're ahead of me.
I've seen pictures of one. They're cool, but they're creepy at
Yeah.
the same time.
Well, with a name like vampire, they have to be a little creepy, I would think, right?
Yeah.
Question 2. True or false? Octopuses, or octopi, have tentacles.
True, no dare.
It's false. They actually have arms. Yep, they're not really tentacles. They're actually arms. Sorry, that was kind of a trick question. Question 3. Where is the blowhole of a whale located?
I'm trying to describe it like sort of on like the back of its head.
Yep,
like
on its head. Yep, very good. So what is a blowhole used for? A blowhole is how it takes a breath. It comes out of the water and that's how it breathes. It puts its head out of the water where the blowhole is and it takes a breath through it. The water sprays up because they're breathing out and the water goes when they take a breath out and then they breathe in. Question 4. The spherical hard shells of what ocean creatures are covered in spines?
I don't know.
A sea urchin. Do you remember when we found sea urchins when we were in Florida that time?
We were looking for sand dollars and then
Yep.
yeah.
We found sand dollars and sea urchins in Florida when we were there. It was awesome. Question 5. What is the type of octopus that is named after a Disney character due to its 2 big fins that are reminiscent of floppy ears, which flap as they swim around?
Dumbo?
A Dumbo octopus. Question 6. True or false? Flounder in The Little Mermaid is actually a flounder fish.
feel like it's going to be false.
It is false. Ariel's loyal and brightly colored companion is most definitely not a flounder. There appears to be a consensus that flounder is more than likely some type of angelfish or something other similarly vibrantly colored reef fish. So what an actual flounder is a flounder is a type of flatfish that lives on the bottom sea floor of the ocean, and they're like the same color as the ocean floor. So they're kind of brown and speckly and reminiscent of sand, whereas flounder in The Little Mermaid is yellow and blue. So a little bit different.
Yeah.
Question 7. Because they lie flat on the ocean floor, what unique trait do adult flatfish have to help them see better?
They have eyes on their stomach.
Both of their eyes are on the same side of their head. When flounders are born, they originally have an eye on each side of their face, but over their lifetime, one eye migrates to the other side. This is because flounders don't swim upright like other fish. Instead, they lie flat on the ocean floor. Other types of flatfish include turbot, dabs, and halibut.
So they look like a dead fish, pretty much.
They look alive, but they are laying flat on their side like a dead fish, I suppose. So yeah. But they have two eyes on the same side.
If I saw one of those, I would be extremely creeped out.
They are not the prettiest looking fish, no. Round number 2. The category is riddles. Thank you to Shaw for the idea. Thanks, Shaw. Question 1. A doctor and a teacher love the same girl. The doctor gave her a rose every day, but the teacher gave her an apple every day. Why did the teacher give her an apple every day? Question 2. What gets bigger the more you take away? Question 3. I go around the world, but I never leave the corner. What am I? Question 4. Kids can make it, but never hold it or see it. What is it? Question 5. What is as big as an elephant, but weighs nothing? Question 6. I will fill a room, but take up no space. What am I? Question 7. What has many keys but cannot unlock a single door? And now the round 2 answers. Since there is one member of our family who loves riddles more than anybody, please welcome me. Hi, Quinn. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Mom.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, are you ready? These are tough.
As I'll ever be.
Question 1. A doctor and a teacher love the same girl. The doctor gave her a rose every day, but the teacher gave her an apple every day. Why did the teacher give her an apple?
Because an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
You knew that one?
I didn't, but I was like thinking of apples, and then I was like, well, the thing about apples is an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
The answer.
And then it made sense. So, hey.
Good job, girl. Question 2. What gets bigger the more you take away?
A hole.
A hole. Man, I thought these were going to be hard.
I know riddles.
Not for the riddle queen, apparently. Question 3. I go around the world, but never leave the corner. What am I?
A stump.
A postage stamp.
Yes.
Stump.
A stump.
Do you get it though?
Yeah, a stamp because it's in the corner of an envelope.
But it travels all around the world.
It travels all around the world. But
Oh, man, I thought these were going to be hard. Question 4. Kids can make it, but never hold it or see it. What is it?
mischief
Ooh.
or other stuff. Like that works though.
That does work. I'll give you that one. But I was looking for noise.
Or laughter or...
Yeah, mischief was a good answer. Question 5. What is as big as an elephant but weighs nothing?
Is it air?
An elephant's shadow.
Oh,
Yes, finally. Stumped her.
no.
Get it instead of stump. Sorry. I'm just glad I got one. Question 6. I will fill a room but take up no space. What am I?
Laughter.
Oh, I was going for light.
I have other answers for you.
Right. I guess air could probably be an answer too. That was a multiple option one.
So is the what can kids make but you can never hold.
Yep. Question 7. What has many keys but cannot unlock a single door?
A piano.
That is correct. Darn.
I got one wrong.
I really thought I was going to just kill you on this one. And you...
We need to do another riddle one. And you need to come up with the hardest riddles ever. Like the hardest.
I thought I just had.
Well, then search up the hardest riddles that nobody will ever know.
Well, we might have to do that in a different episode. Good job, Quinn.
Thanks.
Round 3. The category is gross things. Thanks to Noah for this fun idea. Thanks, Noah. Question 1. Most of the dust in your house is actually made of what? Question 2. What are segmented parasitic or predatory worms that have suckers at both ends that can be used to suck blood out of vertebrates and other predators? Question 3. What is made of dry mucus, dirt, air pollutants, bacteria, viruses, and dead skin cells? Question 4. What part of your house contains more bacteria than the garbage can or the toilet? Question 5. Humans produce 1 to 2 liters of what every day? Question 6. What bodily function can travel up to 30 to 60 miles per hour and fly up to 30 feet in the air? Question 7. Scientists have found nearly 2,400 species of bacteria living where on the human body? Round 3 answers. Now, this one was funny because when I got the email from Noah's mom, it just says, Noah suggests gross things. I was like, that is a great category. I want to know more about gross things. And then I got to kind of come up with anything I thought was gross. So thanks again, Noah. Question 1. Most of the dust in your house is actually made of what?
Hair.
Dead human skin. Yuck, right? So like all of the dust that you see, most of it is just your dead skin cells that have come off.
Yesterday I was looking at the top of your cabinet, like on the way top to get some like bug spray stuff.
And there was some dust, and I touched it, and I was like, "Yep, that's dust." And when you said that, I was like,
Yeah, I know. So think about that when you see dust. Maybe when I ask you to dust, you'll be more.
"Dust anymore."
Oh, I thought you were going to say that you'll want to dust more because now you know that you want to get rid of it. Question 2. What are segmented parasitic or predatory worms that have suckers on both ends that can be used to suck blood out of vertebrates or other predators? Leeches.
I should have known that.
So there are leeches that do suck blood. That is true. However, many freshwater leeches don't eat blood at all. They're carnivores, but they stick to mollusks, insect larvae, and worms. Even those that do drink blood aren't actively looking for human blood. They prefer frogs, snails, turtles, and other aquatic creatures. But there are leeches, and do you know what they used to use leeches for? Like back in the old medicine. So yeah, they used to use, if somebody had like a skin disorder or like a blood problem, they would use leeches to try to suck out the bad stuff. Could you imagine? Blech. Question 3. What is made of dry mucus, dirt, air pollutants, bacteria, viruses, and dead skin cells?
Is it earwax?
It's boogers.
Oh, yuck.
If you think of the nose as an air filter for our body, then boogers are the stuff that gets caught in the filter. They are a combination of mucus, dirt, air pollutants, bacteria, viruses, and dead skin cells that gets captured by our nose hairs and then dries out. And then people eat them. Disgusting, right? I don't understand why God didn't make boogers taste worse than they do. I will admit, when I was a kid, I probably ate my boogers. And I don't remember them tasting like so, and I know a lot of kids eat their boogers, so why didn't God make them taste really, really gross so that people don't do it? Question 4. What part of your house contains more bacteria than the garbage can or the toilet?
A drain.
Yeah, the kitchen sink. The kitchen sink has more bacteria than the toilet. Isn't that disgusting? So,
Dishes.
bleach your sink, people.
You?
Yeah, well, now after I wrote this trivia category, I do. Well, I did before, but now I do it more often. Question 5. Humans produce 1 to 2 liters or quarts of what every day? Snot. Normally, mucus is clear. When you have a cold or an infection, it might turn green or yellow. Clear snot usually signals allergies or some kind of environmental factor that is triggering your nose to start running, such as inhaling dust or allergens. Clear snot is nothing to worry about, but when it changes color and gets kind of yellow or greeny, that's when you got something wrong. But that is a lot of snot. And I don't think it's that much snot all the time, but maybe. I think when you have a cold, it's probably even more than that.
Probably.
Gross. Question 6. What bodily function can travel up to 30 to 60 miles per hour and fly up to 30 feet in the air? A sneeze. So yeah, the stuff that comes out of your mouth during a sneeze can go up to 60 miles an hour and travel 30 feet in the air. So that's why you're supposed to cover your mouth when you sneeze, right? What is the proper way to cover your mouth during a sneeze, Ren?
Into your elbow.
Yep. Take your elbow or take your arm and sneeze into the corner of your elbow. And then what do you do with it after you sneeze in your elbow?
Probably wipe it.
You probably wipe it on your shirt or a Kleenex. Question 7. Scientists have found nearly 2,400 species of bacteria living where on a human body?
I have no idea.
Inside your belly button. Gross! 2,400 species of bacteria in your belly button? Black! Round 4. The category is Disney movies. Question 1. Thanks to Mason and Benji for this question. Thank you. What character's name is actually Waste Allocation Load Lifter Earth Class? Question 2. Who said, "Fish are friends, not food"? Question 3. What are the names of the 3 good fairies in Sleeping Beauty? Question 4. Mike and Sully joined which fraternity in Monsters University? Question 5. What is the name of the daycare that Andy's toys end up at in Toy Story 3? Question 6. What name did Ursula go by when she took human form in The Little Mermaid? Question 7. What is the cutest little town in Carburetor County? And now the answers to round 4. Question 1. Which character's name is actually Waste Allocation Load Lifter Earth Class?
Is it Wally?
It is Wally. That's what Wally stands for. B&L Megacorp's products were completely littered around the planet. They made many Wallies to clean up this mess, but harsh conditions led to their shutdown. Somehow, one Wally survived by taking parts of dead Wallies. He also developed the ability to have feelings and sentiments.
Aww.
He's so cute. Question 2. Who said, "Fish are friends, not food"?
I feel like someone said it to a cat or something.
Someone says it to Nemo or to Marlin and Dory. It was Bruce the shark. Fish are friends, not food. Question 3. What are the names of the 3 good fairies in Sleeping Beauty?
I don't watch princess movies enough to learn this.
Their names are Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. And they're like pink and red and blue.
That part. Wait, is someone green?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Pink and green and blue. You are right. Question 4. Mike and Sully joined which fraternity in Monsters University?
What's a fraternity?
Like the club that they joined. They joined Uzma Kappa. And what happens? Do they win the fraternity Olympics or whatever it was? No. Or do they end up cheating and winning, right? And then they get in trouble and a whole bunch of chaos ensues, right?
Yeah.
Question 5. What's the name of the daycare that Andy's toys end up at in Toy Story 3?
Is it like Sunnyside?
Sunnyside, yes. And is it a good place or a bad place for toys?
It depends on what classroom they're in.
That's true, yeah. Some of the classrooms are very nice to toys. Some of them are not so much.
It's up their nose.
Right. Question 6. What name did Ursula go by when she took human form in The Little Mermaid?
I haven't seen The Little Mermaid in a long time.
Vanessa was her name. Question 7. What is the cutest little town in Carburetor County?
Is it from Cars?
Radiator Springs. And who says it's the cutest little town in Carburetor County? Pretty sure it's Mater, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Round 5. The category is books. Question 1. Thank you to listener Kavan for the idea. Thank you. What fantasy series follows Sophie Foster, a 12-year-old girl who can read minds, who meets other kids like her and finds out that staying with her family will put her in grave danger. Question 2. This question comes from Ben, Nella, and Nico. Thank you. What are the names of the 2 boys who create Captain Underpants? Question 3. Thanks to Jocelyn, Logan, and Millie for this one. Thank you. How many different dragon tribes are there in the Wings of Fire book series? Question 4. In the book, Brown Bear, what do you see? What did Brown Bear see looking at him? Question 5. Thanks to Matt and Jack for this one. Thank you. Greg and Officer Knight combine to make what superhero? Question 6. Thanks to Nathan for this one. Thanks, Nathan. On June 26th, 1997, the first book of what famous series was published? Question 7. Corley gets the shout out for this one. Thanks, Corley. In the book Matilda, what is the name of Matilda's mean principal? And now the answers to round 5. Question 1. What fantasy series follows Sophie Foster, a 12-year-old girl who can read minds, who meets other kids like her and finds out that staying with her family will put her in grave danger?
My sister, I think, is currently reading these. Is it Keeper of the Lost Cities?
Yes, it is Keeper of the Lost Cities. You have not read them, but Quinn's read them, hasn't she?
Yes.
And Quinn had a fish named after one of the characters. What was its name?
Keith.
Keith, the fish. R.I.P. Keith. Question 2. What are the names of the 2 boys who create Captain Underpants?
George and Harold.
That is correct, George and Harold, those funny little guys. Question 3. How many different dragon tribes are there in the Wings of Fire book series?
My neighbor once told me about these. Is it 7?
There are 7 original tribes and 3 new tribes for a total of 10. They are Sand Wings, Mud Wings, Sky Wings, Sea Wings, Ice Wings, Rain Wings, and Night Wings. And the 3 new tribes are Leaf Wings, Silk Wings, and Hive Wings. So Wings of Fire is definitely, absolutely the number 1 book category request that we get. So there must be a ton of kids who read Wings of Fire books, but you guys don't.
I was going to check one out at the library, but I could never find them because they were all gone.
Oh, because they're so popular, they're always rented out. Well, we'll have to put them on reserve and get in line. Question 4. In the book, Brown Bear, what do you see? What did Brown Bear see looking at him?
Polar bear?
Brown Bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck. Oh, the book you're talking about is Polar Bear, what do you hear, I think. Yeah, but because there are more than just Brown Bear. But the Brown Bear books go by colors, and then the Polar Bear book goes by sounds, I think. Question 5. Greg and Officer Knight combine to make what superhero? Dogman!
Yes!
I wouldn't be surprised if they make a Dogman movie at some point, since they made a Captain Underpants movie. Do you think?
Yeah, probably.
Question 6. On June 26th, 1997, the first book of what famous series was published?
Harry Potter.
It is. Harry Potter was first published when I was in high school. That's crazy. That is a long, long time ago, and they are still so popular. So the first book was actually called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and it was later changed to the Sorcerer's Stone. Scholastic changed the name because they didn't believe American children would buy a book with the word philosopher in the title, and thought emphasizing that it was about magic would help market the book.
Oh.
We were literally just talking about how you want to start reading the Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Question 7. In the book Matilda, what is the name of Matilda's mean principal?
Isn't it like Mrs. Church?
Miss Trunchbull.
Oh.
She had that cabinet called the Chokey, and it had bits of broken glass in it so that if you leaned back at all or forward, you would get poked and cut up. It forced the kids to stand up straight at attention as long as they were in there. That's terrible. That is a terrible, terrible principal.
Thankfully, that's not real.
Thankfully, that's not your principal.
Yeah.
Right? And now it's time for the final exam. Now remember, you've heard these questions in the previous rounds, but these were the hardest ones we've had. So use your memory and try to think back to what the answers are. Question 1. What is the type of octopus that is named after a Disney character due to its two big fins that are reminiscent of floppy ears which flap as they swim around?
Dumbo octopus.
Question 2. Most of the dust in your house is actually made of what?
Dead human skin.
Question 3. Mike and Sully joined which fraternity in Monsters University?
Uzma Kappa.
Question 4. Greg and Officer Knight combined to make what superhero?
Dogman.
Question 5. Because they lie flat on the ocean floor, what unique trait do adult flatfish have to help them to see better?
Both of their eyes are on the same side of their head.
Question 6. What is made of dry mucus, dirt, air pollutants, bacteria, viruses, and dead skin cells?
Boogers.
Question 7. Scientists have found nearly 2,400 species of bacteria living where on a human body?
Belly button.
So, boogers is one of those words that your dad and I say differently, and it drives me crazy. He says boogers, and I cannot stand it.
I don't judge him because boogers sounds a lot like burgers.
But if you're going to pick a burger out of your nose, that's gross. So when he says boogers, it makes my skin crawl because I'm like, oh, it's boogers. What do you say?
Boogers.
So on to a happier note, we've got a couple birthday shout outs this week. The first one goes to listener Emma. Happy birthday, Emma. And also a big happy birthday to listener Ezric. Happy birthday, Ezric.
Happy birthday.
And now we will leave you with this conversation topic. What is your favorite room in your home?
Mine is probably my downstairs living room.
Ooh, the downstairs family room where you get to watch TV by yourself. Good answer. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great week.
Bye.
Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Trivia for Kids Podcast. And if you have a question idea or even an entire category, please email us at triviaforkidspodcast@gmail.com.